Exploring algebraic functions. Let's begin by understanding the concept of functions in algebra. A function is like a machine. You input a number, something happens to it inside the machine, and then a new number comes out as the output. Functions help us understand patterns, like how much money you save each week or how temperatures change throughout the year. Now, let's go over some important symbols and definitions related to functions. First, we have the function, which is written as f of x. This notation means that the function takes an input, represented by x, and produces an output, represented by f of x. For each input x, there is one specific output f of x. Next, we have the variable. The variable, usually represented by x, is the input to the function. You can change the value of the variable to see how it affects the output of the function. Finally, we have the expression. The expression is the formula inside the function that tells you what happens to the input. For example, if the expression inside the function is 2x plus 3, it means that for each input x, the function multiplies x by 2 and then adds 3 to get the output. In summary, functions in algebra help us see relationships between inputs and outputs, allowing us to predict and understand changes and patterns in various situations. Example problems. Linear function. Let's start by looking at a linear function. Suppose you save $10 every week. The function to describe your total savings over time can be written as f of x equals 10x, where x represents the number of weeks. Step by step. First, input the number of weeks into the function. Then, multiply that number by 10 to find your total savings. Quadratic function. Now, let's look at a quadratic function. If you throw a ball into the air, its height over time can be described by a quadratic function like h of t equals negative 16t squared plus 40t plus 5, where t represents time in seconds. Step by step. Input a time value into the function to find out how high the ball is at that moment. The function calculates the height based on both the time squared and the linear term. Problem 1. Find the output of the function f of x equals 2x plus 3 when x equals 5. Solution. First, identify the given function and the input value. The function is f of x equals 2x plus 3, and the input value is x equals 5. Now, substitute the input value x equals 5 into the function. So, f of 5 equals 2 times 5 plus 3. Perform the multiplication. 2 times 5 equals 10. Then, add the results. 10 plus 3 equals 13. Therefore, the output of the function when x equals 5 is f of 5 equals 13. Problem 2. What is the maximum height of the ball if h of t equals negative 5t squared plus 20t plus 2? Solution. To find the maximum height, we will use the vertex formula. First, identify the given quadratic function. The function is h of t equals negative 5t squared plus 20t plus 2. Recognize that the maximum height of a quadratic function, given by a t squared term, occurs at the vertex. The time t at which the vertex occurs is given by the formula t equals negative b over 2a, where a and b are the coefficients from the quadratic function a t squared plus bt plus c. In this function h of t equals negative 5t squared plus 20t plus 2, the coefficient a is negative 5 and the coefficient b is 20. Substitute a and b into the vertex formula. So, t equals negative 20 over 2 times negative 5. Simplify the expression. Negative 20 over negative 10 equals t equals 2. Now, substitute t equals 2 back into the original height function to find the maximum height. So, h of 2 equals negative 5 times 2 squared plus 20 times 2 plus 2. Perform the calculations step by step. First, calculate 2 squared, which equals 4. Then, calculate negative 5 times 4, which equals negative 20. Next, calculate 20 times 2, which equals 40. Finally, sum all the terms. Negative 20 plus 40 plus 2 equals 22. Therefore, the maximum height of the ball is h of 2 equals 22 meters. Let's test your understanding with the quiz. 1. What is the output of f of x equals x squared minus 4x plus 4 when x equals 2? 2. If g of x equals 3x minus 5 and x equals 10, what is g of x? Calculate f of x equals x cubed when x equals 3. If h of t equals negative t squared plus 6t plus 8 and t equals 3, what is h of t? 5. Find f of x equals 5x plus 1 when x equals negative 1. Here are the answers to the quiz questions. What is the output of f of x equals x squared minus 4x plus 4 when x equals 2? To solve this, substitute the value of x equals 2 into the function. F of 2 equals 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 4. This simplifies to 0. Therefore, the output of f of x when x equals 2 is 0. If g of x equals 3x minus 5 and x equals 10, what is g of x? To find g of x when x equals 10, substitute the value of x into the function. G of 10 equals 3 times 10 minus 5. Perform the calculations. 3 times 10 equals 30. Now, subtract 5. 30 minus 5 equals 25. Therefore, g of 10 equals 25. Calculate f of x equals x cubed when x equals 3. Substitute x equals 3 into the function. F of 3 equals 3 cubed. Now, calculate 3 cubed, which equals 27. Therefore, f of 3 equals 27. If h of t equals negative t squared plus 6t plus 8 and t equals 3, what is h of t? To find h of t when t equals 3, substitute the value of t into the function. H of 3 equals negative 3 squared plus 6 times 3 plus 8. Now, perform the calculations. 3 squared equals 9. Negative 3 squared equals negative 9. Next, 6 times 3 equals 18. Now, add the terms. Negative 9 plus 18 plus 8. This simplifies to 17. Therefore, h of 3 equals 17. Find f of x equals 5x plus 1 when x equals negative 1. Substitute x equals negative 1 into the function. F of negative 1 equals 5 times negative 1 plus 1. Perform the calculations. 5 times negative 1 equals negative 5. Now, add 1. Negative 5 plus 1 equals negative 4. Therefore, f of negative 1 equals negative 4.